map in a crash report and building a bridge where there was no port.
All right, today we are going deep. We're pulling back the curtain on a really shadowy world, these online schools that promise to teach you financial crime. But, as you're about to see, these places aren't really built to create successful criminals. Nope, they're built to prey on anyone looking for a quick buck. Let's get into it.
I mean, just think about that pitch for a second. An exclusive, secret online course offering you the keys to a kingdom of wealth? It's a super powerful lure, right? It promises to turn you, the student, into some kind of master of a dark art. But what are they really selling you?
So on the surface, the term carding is pretty simple. It's just the trafficking and illegal use of stolen credit card info. But honestly, that simple definition doesn't even begin to tell the real story. The real story is the incredibly sophisticated ecosystem that's built around it, one that's designed to look like a school but actually functions like a trap.
So how do they actually hook people in? Well, the very first step is to look completely legitimate. They copy the structure, the language, everything from a real educational program. And they do this to build a powerful and deeply misleading sense of trust.
Okay, take a look at this. It's a course curriculum, broken down into 6 blocks. It has everything you'd expect to see, right? There are lectures, there are Q&A sessions, you've got different subjects from setup and security all the way to travel and lifestyle. It looks professional, it feels structured, almost academic, and, most importantly, it feels safe.
And you have to understand, this is no accident. They use words like lecturer, curriculum, and training on purpose. It's all designed to create this psychological comfort zone. By making something forbidden feel familiar and academic, they completely disarm your natural skepticism.
So once they've made you feel comfortable like you're a real student, they start to introduce a set of rules. And as you're about to see, these rules, they're not for your protection. They are for their control.
And right here, this is the central contradiction. On one hand, they tell you, we're a close-knit team, we support each other. But in the very next breath, you're forbidden from any private communication. The reason they give is to protect you from scammers. But the real reason? It's to stop anyone from pulling a newcomer aside and warning them that the whole thing is a...
And get this, in what is a pretty incredible moment of honesty, the lecturer themselves admits that the entire environment is just saturated with scammers. Think about that. They're telling you, straight up, that everyone is out to get you. Except, of course, them. This builds fear, and it drives you right back into their control.
And here's how they solved that trust problem they just created. They introduced their own guarant or escrow service. They frame it as the only safe way to do business in this dangerous world. But in reality, it's a tool that gives them total financial control, making sure they get a cut of every single transaction.
This total control over every transaction leads us right to their actual business model. See, the course fee you paid? That's just the price of admission. The real profit comes from a closed ecosystem of hidden fees and mandatory purchases.
As you can see, the journey of a so-called student is just a path of escalating costs. Right after you pay the entry fee, boom, you're told you need another $200 for materials. Then it's a specific VPN. Then it's approved accounts. Every single step is another required purchase, pulling you deeper and deeper into their system.
And where do you have to buy all this stuff? Well, as this slide shows, you're funneled to a very carefully curated list of approved vendors for absolutely everything. They even offer so-called student discounts and use these high-pressure tactics like a 3-day deadline just to create a sense of urgency. It's a completely closed market, and it's designed so the organizers get a piece of every single tool you're forced to buy. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering, why on earth would anyone continue with this? And the answer lies in a really powerful psychological trap that they have very carefully constructed. This is a classic textbook example of the sunk cost fallacy. You've already invested the course fee, hundreds more on materials, and who knows how much on services. The thought of just walking away and accepting that all that money is gone, it's painful. So you keep going, you keep spending, hoping the next purchase will finally be the one that makes it all pay off.
You know, this chart really visualizes the power dynamic perfectly. The organizers have all the information, and they have virtually zero risk. The students, on the other hand, only have the information they're given, and they carry all of the financial and, frankly, legal risk. The game is rigged from the very start.
So let's just be perfectly clear about this. This system is not designed to create successful criminals. It is a machine that's designed to extract money from aspiring ones.
The failure of the student isn't a bug in the system, it's the main feature. Hey, remember their warning about making deals on your own? The lecturer explicitly says that if you try to make a deal without their official guarantor service, you are going to lose your money 90% of the time. That statistic isn't just a warning. It's basically an admission that the only safe path is the one they completely control and, you guessed it, profit from. This all leads to one very simple conclusion. You are not the customer here. You are the product. The organizers, they're the house, and they make all their revenue from fees and sales. The students, they're just the players, and they are designed to fail. The real product being sold isn't some secret skill. It's the illusion of easy money, and they are selling it to you, using you. Okay, so understanding how this system works is the absolute key to protecting yourself and maybe others. Now that we've kind of taken the whole scam apart, let's nail down the key red flags that you can spot in any similar scheme out there.
You have to look for these signs: big promises of secret wealth, a high fee for training, communication channels that are totally controlled, intense pressure to buy specific products from their approved sellers, any kind of artificial urgency, confusing jargon, and especially a mandatory in-house payment system. Those are all massive, massive red flags.
And honestly, this is probably the single most important takeaway. Real security communities, real researchers, they share information to protect people. If entry to some secret world comes with a price tag, you're not being let in on a secret, you are the target of a sales pitch.
So, we've pulled back the curtain on these fraudulent online schools. What is the one thing you should really remember from all of this?
The whole reason we explore these dark corners of the internet is to arm ourselves with knowledge. You have to think of this as a shield, not a playbook. The moment someone offers you an easy way into a secret, profitable world, you have to know that the trap has already been set and you are walking right towards it.
And that's really the question to leave you with. In these elaborate schemes, when you're offered that secret key, are you really the student or are you the lesson? Think about it. Thanks for watching.
Brick by brick by scheme, from chaos into order, from bug into release, from it won't even start to something that brings peace. No spotlight on the hands that keep it all alive, but I'm the pulse behind the screen, and that's how things survive. No, and that's how things survive. And that's how things survive. Curse of fate to sunrise loads, quiet victory in the code. No parade, no final word, just system steady as promised as heard.